Hello and welcome to the Giant Axe for the last game of Stocksbridge Park Steel's season. I'm your commentator Adam Allcroft as Stocksbridge Park Steel prepare to face Lancaster City. Unfortunately for this week, the Steels, it's not a game where we have anything on the line. We were already relegated following our 0-0 draw with Ilkeston Town. Lancaster, however, do have something on the line. A win today and results going elsewhere would get them into the playoffs in that final playoff position. Now, obviously, news was made worse for us this week in the fact that we lost Alan Bethl, founder and former chairman, this week. We will have a minute's applause for him before the game. To say that applause and cheering that is for the stag of a stag do who's wearing an all pink shirt and leggings and glittery silver short shorts, and what he has dropped on the way out that I saw beforehand was he was wearing a silver moped helmet as well. That has at some point been dropped as part of a stag do. So, yeah, we will have a minute's applause soon for our former chairman and founder Alan Bethl.
Very quick word on this. Last Giant Axe appearance. I was in tears right now signing his departure. He has the armband, doesn't he? He does, it's going to be a big loss for the club. He's been a valiant servant over his
We will. We are just sorting a few things out on our live stream as we prepare this. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We are sponsored by R&R Car Van Hire and the Spire Claremont Hospital as we prepare for just to begin this game with a minute's applause. There is just a team talk. Currently the Steels in a huddle in the final team talk as even though they're already down, they will want to go out with pride, and well, you do like spoiling a party sometimes, don't you? So our referee, Nathaniel Cox, assisted by Dylan Costello and Mario Kukovic. Just some amazing. We are now going to have a minute's applause for Alan Bethl. So, just to explain Alan Bethl, for those who may not be aware, he is the founder of Stocksbridge Park Steels. He was critical to the merger of Stocksbridge Works and Oxford Park in 1986. Stocksbridge Works that had the stadium, Oxford Park that had the teams. He was also a grassroots coach for decades at Stocksbridge Juniors and critical formation of the Stocksbridge Park Steels Juniors. Well, I mean, even before that, he was a player. He formed this club on principles of sustainable success, something that still lives on in this club. And he's someone who will be greatly missed by the entirety of Stocksbridge Park Steels. So we stop now for a minute's silence for our passed away former chairman, Alan Bethl. So you can hear the Tannoy here playing tribute to Alan Bethl, a true grassroots legend of not just Stocksbridge but of Sheffield and the wider region.
Lancaster City Football Club also wish all those connected with Stocksbridge Park Steels and the deepest condolences on this sad occasion. So before the match today, may I ask you all to stand if you can and join together in a minute's applause to celebrate this life and loyalty to his beloved club. And the referee's whistle will have 1 minute of applause. Over to you, Mr. Referee.
Thank you very much to Lancaster City in helping with the organisation of the Minutes Applause and how well observed it was by the fans here. It is just simply put, without Alan Bethl, there is no Stocksbridge Park Steels, there is no football club, semi-professional football club in Stocksbridge, without the work he put in and the principles that we are still working on, that you can have a competitive football club while having, a well adhered to budget and making sure you don't overspend. Well, now we turn ahead to football, because despite how maybe disappointing the season has been in terms of relegation, it has not been anything more than a better tribute to them. That's like we're in this league of lots of big spenders and massive clubs with huge resources to help them, that we have stuck to those principles and not been tempted to breach them in order to have a chance to stay in this year 1 year longer. By sticking to those principles, no matter with the relegation this year, we have a club next year, and there will be some fans this summer who are not going to be able to stay the same. Stocksbridge Park Steels will get us underway. Alex O'Connor stands over the ball as a train passes behind the sponsors' lounge, and here we go. Stocksbridge Park Steels get us underway in the claret and blue shirts, claret shorts kicking from right to left, while Lancaster in the all blue kit with gold trim kicking from left to right.
That's so relevant on your contract.
So let's go through some of those permutations then. Obviously don't affect us here at the bottom, we are already relegated. No result could take us off the bottom either because of the goal difference. So let's go through what affects Lancaster City. Stockton Town are in 5th, they're in the prime position. A win for Stockton will keep them in that spot, whereas Lancaster and Gainsborough Trinity will need wins to get into the top 5. Just see how the back four structure is lining up. It looks like, just trying to see how it's setting up, it looks like Chris Pomera will be at centre back, making his first start. So we'll go through the teams for you shortly. Stockton trying to get forward. We'll go from now. So for Lancaster City, it's Brad Kelly in goal. Then it's Sam Bailey, Dylan Toxon. They're out now on the break. Lancaster, the ball is with Stephen Yorson. He's running at Eagleton, holds the ball up. Now, out to the right to Bailey, whips the ball in. It's a good ball. And then the also penalty will be a corner kick after a block from Valera. So let's go through continue through Lancaster team. Toby Oliver in defence, and Simon Grand, Dylan Moonen, Christian Sloan, Nathan Kane, Bobby Bjork and Stephen Yorson. Pat Allington, Matty Clark, Jim Craig, Nick Evangelinos and Callum Feeney on the bench. For the Steels, it's Ben Townsend in goal, Tom Charles, Jack Tinker, Connor Smythe, Chris Bumira makes his first Steel start, Paul Eagleton, Tommy Marshall, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, Mario Dunn and James Morris. Here comes the corner in, it's left to the far post, headed back into the middle, but it's comfortable enough for Alex O'Connor to clear. Morris will hold it up, Lancaster check it forward, it's deflected into the middle. Stocksbridge will defend, and Rawson trying to get onto it, but Lancaster back on the left wing. Lancaster keep their attack going, it's a positive looking attack. Alex O'Connor trying to harass, but can't get the ball off his man as it goes back to Moonen here. Ball clipped into the middle, aimed at no one. Townsend will play. Also, Hebburn and Hensford are battling for the title today. They're on the same points, Hebburn with the goal difference advantage. So Hensford need to win and Hebburn to slip up. As Moonen clips the ball forward, headed on one to beyond Bumira, but we'll be back for Townsend. We are 2.5 minutes into this game. 0-0. Ball looped forward, comes off the back of Morris, and Bailey will finish forward, and he just tries to clip it forward, and it will just go out for a throw-in. We will, of course, keep you up to date with all the other score lines in the NPL. We'll also let you know about what's going on in the East Division. It's unfortunately the division we will likely be in next year here. As there is a goal in the relegation battle there, already down at Brighouse Town and New Stadium, but Blythetown are losing 1-0 and will also be going down as scores stand. As Dunn tried to just barge his way through, but it's come off him and out for a throw-in. Long throw from Bailey. It's a hell of a throw from Bailey, because they didn't have much of a run-up. Smythe has got it though, plays upfield. Will be headed away, back in the middle. O'Connor heads out to the right, will be picked up here by Thompson, who's got a chance to run forward. He's in the Stocksbridge half, quite central. Tries to get a pass into the box, but I think just that was misread there, and it will go out for a goal kick. Sheffield Wednesday have gone 1-0 down in their final away day of the season. Will Lancashire has scored for Oxford United. And it's not a very good team for either the Sheffield side, professional Sheffield side, as Sheffield United have just gone 1-0 down. Jamie Lindsay has put Preston North End 1-0 up. As that's the other Lancashire versus Sheffield battle happening today. The ball goes out today from Townsend's goal kick, goes over the Lancaster bench. Will be a throw-in to the home team. Another goal in that relegation battle in the Ashton. Well, they're already safe actually. They're 1-0 on Lincoln United. Liam Henderson, the scorer. Five Town 1-0 down to Garforth Town, by the way. Owen Marshall, the man who scored the goal. Sam Grand will take this throw-in. It's another throw-in for Lancaster. Ball launched forward, headed away by O'Connor. A volley's going to return it, trying to get it into the box. Eagledon just lose out on that one a bit, but Tinker will get to it and clear it away. We'll go out for a throw-in. It will just bounce a few times, and now before it does go out for that throw-in, it will be Lancaster's ball, who've had the better start in this game so far. Sam Bailey will have the throw-in. Dunstan have taken the lead against Pontefract in the East. David Robinson has scored. Dunstan are in the playoffs in his third spot. Of course, that's the spot we were in last year when we got promoted. Lancaster tried to put the ball in the box. It's taken an awkward, slower bounce than expected. Bamira eventually does clear it away. Ball then headed right back. Lancaster keeping all the pressure on. Bailey on the right, into the middle it goes to Bjork, who scored against Stocksbridge in the reverse fixture. Bailey puts the ball, nice overlap run, and then it Sloan just holding up on the right hand side, trying to find the space, gets it back to Bailey, and then it's just some neat passing on this right wing as they're trying to get passes, and it's eventually Yorson has kept it in, and he's just fainted out Smythe there. Gets it back to Bailey. Bailey puts the cross in, far post, evades everyone, and Marshall just can't clear it. Still in the box. Eventually, Dunn's got back, and Dunn will launch it away. Stocksbridge haven't really got out their own half yet. And then Marshall heads it away. O'Connor trying to get it. He just can't hold on to the ball there. You can certainly tell Lancaster have more to play for at the moment, but it has just gone out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Back on the right hand side, Charles will take the throw. Can Stocksbridge get the ball forward? It would be Lancaster City had been the better side so far. Smythe contesting, yet knocks it forward to right. He was looking for Marshall, but launched right for it. Get two Stocksbridge have enough throw. Will be on the halfway line. Just interesting one about noting the Midlands of a potential promotion into the NPL Premier League. Belperth taking the lead into Bourne Town. Diego Diorolamo has scored. Charles off launch the ball forward, headed on into the right to Marshall, who's got it on the right wing. He's been held up here by Thompson. He's looking for a cross. It eventually is blocked, and eventually Lancaster do, well, almost get away. It'll be a throw in a good position for the Steels. They'll be happy with that as they look to try and carve out their first opportunity of the game. 7 minutes gone here. And I think Charles will have a long throw, looking at the way the Steel players have moved into the box. Throwing Charles will throw it right into the box. Dunn is trying to collect it, being foot backwards at the moment, trying to get it on his left, but then the poor pass is intercepted by Yorson. Smythe takes a long range shot, it falls to him just over. Did score a stunner at Warrington Rylands 2 weeks ago. That put Stocksbridge ahead there. He was trying to do the same, but that one just fell foul. The bar went over by probably a half a yard.
The example was in the LFA final, wasn't it, with Padium? You don't want it to 40 centre half for your wing back. He's clearly going to
forward. We'll go out for a Stocksbridge throw in deep in their own half now. Connor Smythe was came very close there. Long range effort. Just dipped a bit too late. Here in the beautiful sunshine in Lancaster, a train spotter's delight with the station just behind the stand opposite us. As Marshall just got a favourable bounce there after getting a block from the defender. He's on the right wing here. Needs a bit of help, but he's forced backwards to Charlesworth, who just slows it down. Pass inwards to Marshall. Marshall's trying to find Charles again. It's a Lord by the top. And the bounce helps. Charles again puts the ball into middle. Dunn's trying to get to it. Cleared away by Oliver. Marshall gets the next touch. He's pulled down. In the meantime, wants a free kick. He's not going to get one as they quickly get one away. But we're back to Townsend, who needs a very juggly ball. Yorson's got it. Yorson's got a chance. And then Townsend has tackled him 30 yards out to his own goal. Big chance for Lancaster from the mistake from Townsend, but Townsend recovers it himself with a very good standing tackle for a goalkeeper. Didn't even leave his feet for it. Charles have slipped the ball forward to O'Connor, trying to get it out wide, but just behind Marshall goes out for a Lancaster throw-in.
Yeah, Ben Townsend has done really, really well to recover that. Maybe hit it.
The ball back with Bethl.
It's one of those where
it looked awful.
It's easy to say dinky, but how often do you have the goalkeeper that close to you outside his own area? Everything sort of goes out the window with the keepers that far out.
So, rolling forward, and it's balls here. There could be a chance here as Morris opens up. Great save from the keeper. Kelly made a good save. It's the first real serious chance for the Steels. It goes out for a throw-in, and Morris probably should do better. He scored against Lancaster in the reverse fixture, the consolation, but then just wasn't able to get the finish there. It remains 0-0. Shows you that's probably the biggest chance of the game so far. Well, launch forward by Lancaster will be collected by Townsend.
But this is the thing. This is the thing as well. Obviously, we need it all.
Townsend taking his time with it.
So you know, like when
and he's launched forward, looking for Dunn, who heads it on. Marshall trying to chase it, but will just go out for a throw-in. It's 0-0 here. 11 minutes gone. It's 0-0 in every game in the NPL Premier Division. Well, as it currently is. Actually, it's not 0-0 everywhere. Hensford Town have taken the lead against Ashton United in the automatic promotion battle. Montel Gibson, the scorer. As well is back with Bailey, who has it under control. Goes forward, on the line. Tinker intercepts, back with Eildon, who slices that one as it goes out to play for a throw-in. And actually another goal to tell you about. Hyde United have taken the lead against Gainsborough. Jack Redshaw, the scorer. It's big news for Lancaster, as it means Gainsborough currently out of the battle for that final playoff spot. Sam Bailey now with the throw-in. Launched it down at the line, headed away, goes to the edge of the box. First time pass from Amundsen, tries to get it in. He deflects out to the right, ball from Bailey to the edge of the box. Nice little touch into the box, and then eventually a bit confused between Smythe and Eagleton means it will go out for a corner kick despite both Eagleton and Smythe appealing. Then it was a goal kick. Alex O'Connor's obviously said something that the referee's not happy with. He's in a talking to from Nathaniel Cox. He is the most booked player for Stocksbridge this season. No, apparently, he told me only one of them was for dissent, and that surprised me. Ben Townsend is trying to calm down Alex O'Connor. Alex certainly not realising that there's nothing to play for the Steels, really. And there'll be no booking for Alex. And I think Ben Townsend is doing a good job calming things down, it seems, which is not a phrase you hear very often, as the Seals will try to defend from this corner. Here comes the corner. It's a good-looking corner. Well headed away by Rawson. Yeah, had a lot of speed on it, that corner. only needed a bit of a contact to head that goalwards. Rawson did a good job though, got bulldozed while doing it. It's out for a Lancaster throw. Or Stocksbridge will be given as a Stocksbridge. Actually, it seems like that as Rawson heads that way, the contact on him has been given as a free kick. Blythe Town have equalised against Garforth in that relegation battle. Use the arts. Well, even a score stand they would still be down, but much better chance now as Stocksbridge have just had an offside given against them. Steele's have had the best chance in this game so far. Even if Lancaster have seen more of the ball, James Morris managed to get some space out for him, but his shot was palmed away by Brad Kelly. Here the ball is launched forward here. Away by Charles with O'Connor, then flicks the ball forward, looking for Morris, just headed away from him. Tinker tried to get to it, but Sam Bailey, who's had a good game so far, got it forward. Now onto the right wing for Bobby Bjork, back to Bailey, who takes the touch. He's looking for the cross, and he's going to tease a curling ball in. Bamira does a good job, though, getting it away. But onto that ball will be Grand, who just lumps that one away. Tinker heads that out. Morris will look to contest, but flicked away from him. Bailey, left out, footed volley, won't stay in play. Throw in for Stocksbridge. So we're back here with Tinker to take this throw in. 15 minutes gone, 0-0 here. Still also 0-0 at Stockton Town, where Stocksbridge need. Well, Stockbridge, obviously Lancaster are relying on them not getting a result. Marshall on the left wing now, in a good position, puts the ball into the box. He just falls short of done and is headed away. Smythe does a good job getting that ball back for the Steels. Charles gets it out wide to O'Connor, holds it up back to Charles, who's got him pressed, and he gets it down the right wing. No one's there for that one. Will be collected by Grand, who just lumps it away. O'Connor will look to contest that, and he does win that ball well. Goes to Morris, who turns well, and he gets it out left to Tinker. Some good football from Stocksbridge here as they look to carve out an opportunity, but then Tinker's pass is blocked. He did win it back though, Tinker, but then another pass from him goes a bit haywire and intercepted. Big ball forward here. Yep. As it's now out to the right hand side to Nathan Kane, but then Bamira has done a good job and he will get it away. Looking for Rawson, but knocked away from him. Morris got a bit of the head onto it, and it falls to Dunn, who I think just lumped a bit aimlessly over the top. Rawson will chase, but I think that's more. He just needed to look like he was chasing. That will be a throw in for Lancaster. 16.5 minutes gone. 0-0 here. Just in that relegation battle, obviously the Prescott are facing Whitby today. Stocksbridge winning up that ball high up, but Rawson just couldn't take it any further. He's been tackled, and now you see what Lancaster, they very quickly tried to get the ball out to the wing. And next been chased by Yorson. Yorson kept it in, but Charles will win that ball back, and actually he hasn't kept it in. Will be a throw for the Steels. So looking at that bottom of the table, both Prescott and Morpeth have big games they need to win, and hope both Whitby and Prescott or Morpeth lose, basically. Back with Townsend now, who launches it forward, headed away though by Grand, out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. So back now with Charles, who'll come up to take this throw-in. The Steels looking good. Barnsley have gone 1-0 down to Luton. Naki Wells has scored from the spot for the Hatters. Charles have launched that ball and aimed towards the box, headed away before it can get there though, and Kane is back trying to defend here. Before he's knocked away, but not very far, and Dunn will almost win that. Knocked away from him now. Charles will back facing his own goal, just clear it away, goes out for a Lancaster throw-in. Right, still 0-0 here. So back here on the left. Dylan Thompson to take this throw in, and he launches it forward. Charles can only head it backwards here, and that helps out Lancaster. But a well-timed tackle from Bamira, who gets the ball away. Rawson tries to head it onto the side, but that was gathered up by Amson, who clears away. Stocksbridge did win it back for a bit, but Marshall couldn't do much with it. Feels like he's gone out of play from the steal, but hasn't done so. Eagledon heads away over the top of everyone, and back to Lancaster's midfield. Switch out to Bailey now, who brings it down. Knocked over the top. Smythe trying to get to it, but Lancaster keep it on the right wing. Then well in from Tinker, and he's clears it away, and it did stay in. And it's going to take a bit more grounds. Rawson might have had a good chance if he'd gambled on this. There's not much bounce in the grass here today, in the turf. Something I think Stocksbridge could take advantage of later on in the game. As I think Charles just heads it down to Bamira, who turns, gets the ball forward well to Dunn. Dunn in the midfield. It's a great pass to Smythe. Smythe, if he can find Morris, and he does find him, not in the position maybe he would have wanted it though. Force back Morris, and then just been caught there on the ball, standing too closely, and then he's fouled his man in frustration.
I don't think James Morris liked the fact
and you can see James Morris and Jack Tinker just having a few words with each other in frustration. News from Bramall Lane, Sheffield United have gone 2-0 down to Preston. Lindsay has scored again. Ball's gone back to the keeper, Kelly, who's already made one good save in this game. And he gives it out back to Oliver, and Lancaster patient at the back today. Now Kelly. Who will now launch it forward, the goalkeeper. Move forward, they're headed away by Smythe, and then headed by O'Connor. Dunn allows it to roll around him, and now tries to get out to the right to Marshall. Does do so. Marshall, chip it forward, looking here for Morris, and he does find Morris on the right wing, who just needs a bit more help, I think, on that side. He's forced backwards to Charlesworth. Heavy touch, puts the ball into the box, awkwardly headed up in the air by Oliver. Dunn brings it down. He's trying to tee it up for himself at the moment. Knocked away. There were appeals for something from the Lancaster fans. Not entirely sure what, as it's cleared away. Tinker heads out to left to O'Connor. Tries to knock it into the middle before it is cleared away. Eagledon will head it back away, and it will go out for a throw-in. You can just see the black armbands on the Stocksbridge Park steel plate in tribute to Alan Bethl, who we had the minutes applause for before the game. Right now with Sam Bailey.
pitch is looking very green, a bit dry, which I think is why that ball has bounced up in. A bit like Stockton.
Throwing it into the middle to Grand. Sends a diagonal, and it's a really good diagonal, and Charlesworth will get the ball away. All forward, looking for Rawson, but I think he'd gone out to play before Marshall had got to it, so it will be a Lancaster throw-in. Throwing quickly taken to Yorson, who's forced out to left, back out on that left-hand side, and in the middle for Lancaster, who get the ball forward here to Bailey. It's a nice little ghost touch here. Out to the right now to Yorson, back in the middle. Here comes a shot, and Lancaster in the lead! It's Sam Bailey who's taken up position in central midfield. It's a well-hit shot, and it's given Lancaster the lead, and right now it's given them a spot in the playoffs. And right now, Steelers are behind in their final game in the division. Tosser just didn't pick up Sam Bailey in the middle, didn't close him down, allowed him to pick his spot. And now it's 1-0 to the Dolly Blues. So we will look at the table now. So as things currently stand, Lancaster City are in 5th spot, the final playoff spot. So eyes will now turn to Stockton Town's away trip at Warrington Rylands, a team that Stockton could face in the playoffs. Warrington Rylands also don't have anything to play for. They know they're away at FC United.
He's able to pick out a pass.
He was through a lot of bodies.
Well, he's with Charles for the throw. Back to Marshall. Back to Charles, who puts the ball in the middle, almost close to Rawson, cleared away before it does do so. Ball's down into the middle and cleared away. Eagledon will head it away, will go out for a throw into Lancaster. Elsewhere in South Yorkshire, Rotherham United have taken the lead against Reading. Sam Nombe, the scorer, like us, Rotherham United already relegated.
In fairness, he's probably not as much in the corner.
And actually a big goal in that relegation battle in the NPL East. Actually already relegated Newton Aycliffe. They have dragged Blythe Spartans right into it again, because Blythe Spartans now losing 1-0, and Bishop Auckland, who aren't already relegated, climb out the relegation zone. Right now Blythe Town and Ossett Town are being relegated from the NPL East. So we have a free kick in their own half, Ben Townsend is coming up to take it. Oh, and there is a goal elsewhere in the NPL Premier Division. There is an equaliser at Hebburn. Callum Spoon, the equaliser, sorry, his free kick is defended here. We'll sit with this as Bahira just done a tackle to stop the counter. But, sorry, Hensford have just been equalised against Mount Ashton. Callum Spooner, the scorer. No change promotion battle yet, but the door has... that will change it, and Hebburn will now be automatically promoted. So a lot of change in the last few minutes. Ball going forward here, but Eagledon will head it back to Townsend. So Hebburn currently being promoted, Lancaster City taking the final promotion spot. Prescott and Morp have been relegated with us as things currently stand. The goal scorer Sam Bailey on the ball. He has been Lancaster's best player so far in this game and got his goal for that, as Morris has just nicked that ball. Back to Smythe, who launch it over the top. Rawson will look to challenge for it, and he gets the bounce, comes off his back, and then it's blocked by Rawson. Rawson just can't get on the end of it though, and it will go out for a goal kick.
Probably thinks that.
Sorry, this little girl's lost. Who can we talk about taking to? I don't know about Eric is now.
Yeah, the whole dugout. Yeah.
Ball is back here with the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Everyone's behind the home dugout.
Ball forward here for Lancaster, and Bamira's won the ball well. Appeals for it. He gave a foul away, but then he's lost the ball. Bamira, so Yorson on it. Tries to get Bass, and then it's a bad ball from Tinker there. It's given it to Bailey, who's got a chance to run forward now. Bailey, ball in the middle, look for Yorson, comes off his chest, and then well in from O'Connor, who gets the ball out to Tommy Marshall. Marshall now trying to get a counter-attack going himself. He's got some speed on him, Tommy, as he goes down to the right wing. Gets ball to Rawson on the corner of the box. Gets it back here to Marshall. Just a little shove of him, loses the ball, and it's cleared away. It's good defending. And Slow now onto the ball. Out onto the left. Lots of space in the midfield at the moment. Switched out to Bailey, but it's just dropped behind him, and Bailey has to pass it back into defence. Amison falls as it goes back to Brad Kelly. Oxford United have taken a 2-goal lead against Sheffield Wednesday. Will Lancashire has scored again. And Barnes have equalised against Luton Town. Phillips, the scorer. Ball going forward. Townsend will come out of his box and look that one away. Dunn's going to try and challenge this, but will be headed up in the air by Oliver. Dunn will try to get it. I think he's going to challenge by Alex O'Connor, if anything, but Dunn does come away with the ball. Back out the right to Charlesworth. Charlesworth in the ball forward, looking for O'Connor. It's a great ball. As O'Connor there just didn't do the best for you, but he's back to Tommy Marshall. It's O'Connor who will thank to Marshall. It takes a deflection, Marshall's cross, but it will be collected by the keeper. Oh, he's out for a corner before it does, and the Steels have their first corner of the game. Something you have had a strength from set pieces this season.
Oh, it's been rapid, sorry.
27 minutes gone as the Steels have their first corner. Can Stockbridge spoil the party a bit from this? As most Stockbridge players camped on the goal line, not allowing Brad Kelly to have any movement. Bamir and Tinker staying back. Tom Marshall out to O'Connor on the edge of the area and Smythe to take. Here comes the in-swinging ball right into the middle, claimed under the bar by Kelly. It was going in that corner, but Kelly's done a good job. And now he's looking for Yorson, but Bamir has done a good job heading that way, but that's been won by Kane. Trying to get the ball forward, bundle over, but no free kick given, cleared away. Rawson trying to get to it, but headed away by Oliver, and Dunn trying to contest it, then well in from Smythe, Rawson bringing it down. And he's been forced out, he loses the ball, Rawson, then well won by Jack Tinker, who's been pulled out to left, forward to Morris. Morris now sideways to O'Connor, and back to Bumira. Bumira with a diagonal, looking for Tinker. Really well found ball, headed back into the middle by Tinker, but cleared away to find Morris. And then he'll go out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Hyde are now 2-0 up on Gainsborough Trinity. It's meaning this duel for this final playoff spot is truly going to be between Lancaster and Stockton. As Tinker throws the ball forward, Rawson heading it into the middle. Ball cleared away. Bumira will head that back into the middle. Lancaster win the ball. Out to Bailey. Go forward to Yorson. Touch takes him back and then he loops it forward. And Smythe's header doesn't really help out things. Bjork will put it across in the middle. It's over the top of Kane. And then O'Connor trying to get it out, but still with Lancaster. Ball clipped in over to the far side. Brought down by Yorson. Go one-on-one with Tinker. Back to Bailey. Ball in the middle. Takes a deflection over. Townsend claims. So Stockbridge have got it out very quickly here, but it's intercepted and cleared forward. Kane's going to try and turn this into something, but Townsend able to claim it. He's done a good job there, Townsend, just getting that ball, stopping any potential fear of an attack. Ball sent forward now, looking for Rawson, but headed away from him. Back into midfield with Sloan, and well in there, but goes out for a throw-in. Lancaster will have it. Still late for throwing to come in on that left-hand side with Dylan Thompson. Large ball forward, headed away. Rawson going to try and get onto that, but and actually a free kick on a push on a back in the midfield has been given Stockbridge's way, so they'll have a free kick, which looks like Ben Townsend will come up to take. So Townsend, who has created a few opportunities through these sort of free kicks.
Similar to the goal they scored against Gainsborough, perhaps not as
It was a great
everyone forward but Charles and Bumira.
Yeah, exactly. Had to get out from out of his feet.
And here he comes, Townsend launching the free kick. Well, look, Alex Kelly might be one to claim that. And he was juggled for a second with Dunn coming in on him, but was able to claim it. Now it's Sam Bailey. Forward onto the right here to Kane, blocked by Smythe. I think it came off Kane last. It will be a Stocksbridge throw-in.
Look at the big coat for
We're back for Tinker.
It's the big coat for me.
Same time, we'll launch it forward and got it down to Dunn, who holds it up. Back in the middle from Morris, but well-timed tackle from Oliver. Back out to Bailey, who is all forward to Yorson. Yorson being forced backwards. The ball's up to Kane, and it's just going to run a bit too much for him, and it will go out for a throw-in. Well, it's going well. Here's we've got some big goals to tell you about. Hebburn have taken the lead against Rushall Olympic. And Michael Turner, the goal scorer. It doesn't matter what happens elsewhere now for Hebburn. They are going up if that result stands. And Hyde have just gone 3-0 up on Gainsborough. Broglio, Ariel, Varela, Pinto, Mayeko, the scorer. Done on the ball for Stocksbridge. Out the right to Charlesworth.
He must have a
Getting the ball forward. Out forward looking for the run of O'Connor, but actually it was a bit of miscommunication. Oliver's took that ball away and it's kept the pressure on for Stocksbridge as they've won the ball back. Marshall here on the right wing, back to Charlesworth. Trying to get it out to the right now as they look to carve some space out for a cross. Marshall out to the right here. And now here comes Charles, who's trying to get to the ball, but it's being blocked off, and it will be a goal kick.
Ashton United 2-1 up.
And, well, that is a scoreline. Hensford were 1-0 up, they're now 2-1 down. Darius Assay has scored. It doesn't matter what they do there now, really. But FC United have taken the lead against Ilkeston. The only game with truly nothing on it today in the NPL. Which is kind of amazing, really. Adam Lafondra, the scorer there. And Liverpool have taken the lead against Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Alexander Isak has scored. As Kane chases this long ball over, and Bamira's done a good job shielding him to make sure it goes back to Townsend. Leek have taken the lead against Workington as well. Aidan Campbell, the scorer. That's the last game to be played at Borough Park before the rebuild. As Rawson there will get a free kick for a sliding challenge. As the ball goes into the box from Stocksbridge, quickly taken, but he's blocked and goes out for a corner kick. So the Seals have their second corner of the game. Connor Smythe will go to take it. Last time it was claimed under the bar by Kelly. The Steels were in a similar position to Lancaster at this time last year, trying to get a place in the playoffs. They're looking to prevent a team doing it like Dunstan tried to do with us last year. Here comes the ball looking for the near post, cleared away. Not the best corner from Smythe, didn't have the power on it. Now Yorson trying to get it, but headed away by Tinker. Split out to the right here. Smythe putting the ball into box. Eagleton trying to get onto it, and it's cleared away awkwardly to the edge of box. Rawson flicks it back over the top, headed up into the air. Headed out to the left, Dunn hits the volley, out to the right, Stocksbridge got the chance, it bounces, and it's saved! Tommy Marshall wasn't able to get the cleanest connection, it bounced, and that gave the chance to be saved by Kelly. Steals though with a good opportunity. And here comes an opportunity for Lancaster now on the right, back into the middle. It's how they scored the first time. Chipped over from Sloan to the left-hand side. Now Noctua looking for the far post, and Smythe heads out for a corner. Townsend's unhappy with the defence, but you just wonder why Lancaster didn't take an earlier bite of the cherry, because it did open up quite nicely from on a couple of occasions before then. Just after Stocksbridge almost chance. Well, here's a big goal in the relegation battle. Prescott Cables have taken the lead against Bamber Bridge. Sheriff Deans, the scorer. Nothing does not mean much yet, but Whitby are now on watch, because if they concede, Prescott might just climb out and put Whitby in the bottom three. I mean, Whitby would join us in the NPL East next year. And I do like the people at Whitby, but I do like the idea. Actually, ball clear. Actually, we put Workington in that bottom three as a corner, clear to the edge of the area. This is still on, but well in here from Rawson, who will now get it away. Gets it to Marshall. He's trying to take him out to the right. He's forced backwards though. Back to Charles, who launches it over the top. He's looking for Alex O'Connor, but back defending is Bjork, who will head out for a throw-in. So it would be Workington actually, with the current result, would go down if Prescott can overtake them on goal difference, and that. Actually, sorry, it isn't the case. Workington will say a point above. It's waiting for Whitby now to see what happens in the Whitby match. They are facing Cleethorpes today. Oh, and here is a goal that is important here, and it's not what Lancaster want to hear. Jake Pettigene has put Stockton Town into the lead at Warrington Rylands. It means Stockton Town will be in 5th spot. And I think they heard me in the stands, judging from a bit of a rough going around from the fans around us. It needs Warrington Rylands are now the biggest supporters club in Lancaster, from what I hear at the moment. As Tink gets it forward to James Morris. Ball back into the middle to Alex O'Connor, just a bit loose, and Lancaster get onto the ball. And Yorson surely offside. He's not put his flag up, but Welly from Bamira does enough to force him out wide. Yorson will keep the ball. Could have had it just for a corner. Back to Bjork. To Bailey, who plays it short into the middle now. Back to Yorson. Lively player. back to Bailey, who clips the ball into the box. Eagledon will head to the edge of the area. Yorson has it back. He tries to get it down the right. A good one too. Not the touch, just let him down with Yorson. Back to Bailey. Cross teasing, and it will go over the bar. So big couple of scores we've just had. So let's take you through what's happening in the NPL Premier Division. Hebburn are leading. That means they will have the title, with Hensford losing as well. Stockton Town are taking the final spot in the playoffs as current results stand. And Prescott and Morp have currently been relegated, but Prescott are winning. Liverpool 2-0 up on Crystal Palace. Andy Robertson, the scorer. And Chesterfield have taken the lead against Gorilla Tanja. Bonis, the man who scored there. Here comes the ball launched forward from Townsend.
Absolutely.
Looking to get it to Marshall. Brings it down well, Marshall. Now done on the ball. Back to O'Connor, who clips it over the top. Looking for Rawson. Rawson here, trying to head out to the right. He keeps the ball himself. Back out to Marshall. Tries to put it across him, blocked, and it's just got fouled nicely for Dylan Thompson, who will get that ball away.
I'm sure.
Back forward, and Yorson trying to hold it up. The Stocks bring the ball back. Eagledon trying to do it. Gives it right to Yorson though. Charleston then hacks him down with a sliding challenge. And that's one of the more obvious yellow cards you're going to see. It was a tactical yellow, I think. So ball back here. On the left-hand side here for Lancaster, who have the free kick close to the centre circle on the left-hand side. Here goes the diagonal ball into the far side. Headed onwards by Grand, but then headed back away by Tinker. Goes out towards the right wing of Lancaster. Dunn only passes it back to Bailey though. Puts the diagonal in. It's a good-looking ball. Rawson is trying to defend him. Could have been done for being a bit too physical there in the box. As it goes out eventually for a goal kick. Ball going forward here. Headed onwards. Headed sideways and go forward, and Yorson holding the ball up here and lays it off into the middle. Lancaster just keep on the ball well. Back goes to Thompson, who launches the ball forward, looking for Kane, who brings it down well. Back out to the left, and the attacker goes in, and it will go out for a throw-in, wouldn't it? That'd be a foul. Just in that battle for the NPL Midlands title, Carlton Town have taken lead against Coventry United. Anson Nomads do need to lose if Carlton want to go automatically though, so pressure on Anstey now. As it looks like Lancaster will launch a long throw from this, but they do have some short options, and it will be short to Yorson. Being forced back by Charlesworth, who's been well in this, and Carlton continuing to fight for it, but they try to go in and well blocked off, and I think a bit of a winding there for one of the Stockton players. Here comes a long range shot that's wide, but looks like I think Connor Smythe was winded in the middle of that and hit by something. 42 minutes now gone in this game. It's 1-0 to Lancaster City. Results not going elsewhere for Lancaster City, as Ilkeston have equalised against FC United. Not a game that means anything to anyone really today, but I think Leave It is the only game with nothing truly to play for. And Ashton United have gone 3-1 up on Hensford. Darius Osea scored. That's the team who 5th place will face, and they're going to face them in a bit of a fragile mood, it looks like. Look, currently it is Stockton Town. Just want to tell you about a big scoreline in the works as well at the NPL West. Outrow are 6-0 up on Darlaston. Darlaston are in a bit of trouble at the moment. Blythe Town equalised against Garforth as well in the NPL East relegation battle, but which I think you talked about earlier, and that is they are still being relegated as things stand. This treatment continues for Connor Smythe. Nathaniel Cox is just overseeing things as everyone's getting a quick drink of water while that's happening. It's taking some time, this. I do wonder if the ball hit him in a different area, and that's why it's taking that so much time. Something we've actually happened a few times this season to us.
Momentum is probably one of the fundamental things.
So, Townsend just checking on him. There isn't many options on the Stocksbridge bench. Actually, you're looking for central midfield. It'll either be Louis Ward on loan for Chesterfield or the reserve, Lewis Brown. Midfield. Actually, he's holding his arm. Kind of Smythe as he walks off here, and it will be a substitute for Stocksbridge. It's a shame. Connor Smythe, who's actually, amazingly, of all the summer signings we made, he's the only one still here. All our new signings. Which, yeah, you make your own judgment call on that. He heads off injured. That's a really disappointing way for him to end his season. And he will be replaced by Louis Ward, the on loan man from Chesterfield. So a younger player to come on. We'll hope to see a bit of energy from. Hopefully we'll see Lewis Brown make his debut in the second half. I'd really like to see that. Carlton, by the way, 2-0 on Coventry United in that NPL Midlands promotion battle. As the ball goes forward here, I'll look forward and will go out to left, knocked forward, and Charles will just watch that out as it goes out for a Stocksbridge trade. Just on that, Avro 6-0. Avro could be promoted today if Bury slipped up, but Bury are not slipping up. They're winning 1-0 at the moment. Ball launched forward, and I thought Rawson may have committed foul there. It's not being given though, as Oliver's being forced backwards here, and then eventually is cleared, but only back to Rawson. Rawson in the middle, looking to get it in. Hit away by Bailey, falls to Tinker. Tinker takes a shot, blocked. And now Ward will make his first few touches on the ball. Gets it out to Morris, going out to the left to Morris. Morris, ball in the middle, cleared up into the air. It was really good football from Stocksbridge. Bailey hits it away, but Ward intercepts with the header. Morris out to the left, trying to be held up by Marshall in any way he could, but now they will come away with the ball through Dylan Thompson. Lancaster doing a good job defending there. But Charles has just won the ball. Gets the ball upfield, head away into the middle. Ward bringing it down. Ward trying to escape from pressure, being forced backwards. Back to Iggulden. Now over to the right hand side with Dunn. Very deep, Romario Dunn. As he sends it forward, but headed away again. And he's brought down by Bjork. He's back in the field, and Lancaster trying to get the ball away. Ball clipped forward here. Bumira will look to defend it. Awkward from Bumira and almost lose it. Has almost lost it again, and then will just get that ball away. But then he's going to get to Yorson. Puts the ball back in the middle to Slow. Back ball goes forward in the box, and it will be blocked and out for a corner kick. Bumira there just not getting the ball away cleanly and not punished for it just yet, but we'll see what happens from the corner. We're into almost the second minute of added time of the first half. Avro 7-0 up against Darlaston. Sam Bailey will take this corner. And the Steelers defend from this set piece and stay in the game going into the second. Bailey, it's a good looking corner for that far post. Townsend gets a punch on it, and that's just enough as it goes to Charles, and that will be the end of the first half. Well, the Steels have played all right decently, but they have been punished. The well-hit shot from Sam Bailey from outside the area is the difference at the moment. Stocksbridge have had chances. Both James Morris and Tommy Marshall have had efforts saved by Brad Kelly. Lancaster were enjoying themselves for a while, but results elsewhere have made it a nervy one since. 1-0 to Lancaster City. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Hello and welcome back to the Giants Axe for the final Stocksbridge Park Steels match of the season as we are away here at Lancaster City. We are already relegated and we are losing 1-0 to Lancaster today as they look to get into the playoffs, but results aren't going Lancaster's way at the moment as Stockton Town are winning. I'm Adam Allcroft, your commentator. We're sponsored by R&R Car and Van Hire and the Spire Claremont Hospital. At the moment, let's take you through what that table is looking like. Hebburn Town are going to be winning the NPL Premier Division, their first time in the National League North beckons. Hensford, FC United, Warrington Riders and Stockton Town are your playoff contestants. Currently relegated alongside us are Prescott Cables and Morpeth Town. 1-0 to Lancaster City here. Just before we even get started here, Reading have equalised against Rotherham. Ki Yerua, the scorer. 1-1 there. We will, of course, keep you up to date with all the scorelines. And I think it's Stockton score another. I'm going to get a can in the back of my head, I think, after the reaction when I announced it last time. So, Lancaster getting us underway for the second half. And here we go. So Lancaster City get us underway in the all-blue kit with a golden trim. Going from right to left, while Stocksbridge Park Steels in the claret and blue shirts, claret shorts, claret socks, kicking from left to right. Here the teams are as follows. For Lancaster, it's Brad Kelly in goal, Sam Bailey, Dylan Thompson, Joe Amison, Toby Oliver, Simon Grand, Dylan Moonen, Christian Sloan, Nathan Kane, Bobby Bjork and Stephen Yorson. On the benches, Pat Allington, Matty Clark, Jim Craig, Nick Evangelinos and Callum Feeney. For the Steels, it's Ben Townsend in goal, Tom Charles of Jack Tinker, Connor Smythe, Chris Bamira, Paul Eagle. Connor Smythe has been replaced by Louis Ward, Tommy Marshall, Alex O'Connor, Luke Ross, Romario Dunn and James Morris. On the bench is Thomas Poole, Luke Kencello, Lewis Brown and Jordan Lemon. Callum Feeney, by the way, for Lancaster is a reserve goalkeeper. So here comes Tom Charlesoff, who will clip the ball over the top. He's looking for Rawson, cleared away from him, back to Alex O'Connor though. We'll continue to take it down the right, headed away. And then headed on by Slow, out wide by Ward, and then headed forward, and Rawson gets it back in the middle. Morris will clip it down to the right, maybe just overhit it a bit, and he has. Will go out for a goal kick. Alex O'Connor was trying to challenge for it. So 1-0 to Lancaster here. The nature of final day means you often end up looking more at your phone or your computer screen at the scores elsewhere than you do at the current pitch you're actually watching the game on. As the throw-in from Bailey goes forward. It goes into the middle, clip forward, and there could be a chance for Lancaster here. Touched away from Lancaster, goes to Dylan Thompson. Thompson takes a deflection, and that takes all the sting out of it. And Townsend claims. As Townsend launches it forward, looking for Rawson here. Heads it on, good fall for Dunn here, knocked away though by Amison and cleared away eventually. Good work from Amison there. The ball here trying to be won back by Dunn, and he does. Gets it over to Charlesoff. Charlesoff spins around, back to Bamira. Making his first start for the Steels, and I think done a good job other than the odd little shaky moment. He isn't in his natural position though, it's worth mentioning. He's not a centre-back by trade, normally a right-back or a left-back. As Yorson has it now on the right wing for Lancaster. Looking to turn here, back he goes into the middle to Sloan. Out to the right. And back to Bailey, who puts a good-looking cross in over the top. Charles heads away to the edge of the area. O'Connor wins it outright to Marshall. Could he get a counter-attack going now? And here comes Marshall. Big first touch. Here Marshall continuing with speed down the right. Outspeeding Sloan. Here comes Marshall. Checks it back. Trying to get it onto his left. Now back to O'Connor. Side Tyler. So it's a good work. Now Nathan Kane will bring it away. Dylan Thompson getting away. So switching it to Yorson. Bringing it down. Tinker trying to face up with Yorson now, the speedy, tricky Yorson. got an overlap option, but being forced backwards. Back to Bailey. Well, clipped into the middle, brought down well by Kane on the right-hand side of the box. Forced back to Yorson, who will clip it. He's looking to get it in the middle here. Here to Bjork, back out to the right-hand side of the box. Stocksbridge blocking them out, but not getting the ball back. Good one to him, back into the edge here. Hit by Yorson, over the bar, over the net, defending the houses and into someone's garden. Oh, really well teed up, but in the end, it threatened the garden behind the goal more than Ben Townsend's net, and Yorson will be disappointed in himself for that. Very good player for Lancaster. Tortured the Stocksbridge defence at Bracken Moor. Has done a very good job today as well. Other than that shot.
They are the worst.
Yorson is headed on by Rawson, but will go out for a throw-in. Well, here's another goal in the relegation battle to tell you about. Morpeth have taken the lead against Warrington Town. We will get an update on the table for you shortly. And Hebburn have gone 3-0 upon Rushall. João Gomez, the scorer. I think Hebburn will be winning the title today. As Kane gets out left to Thompson. Ball forward to Yorson, back to Thompson as the ball clipped forward. Dumina trying to defend, but Lancaster will keep the ball. Stocksbridge doing no too weak coming out to the break to the second half. We're going to get the ball away, look for Rawson, but big boot away by Grand, and it will be out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. So right now, as things stand, it doesn't change anything in the relegation battle. Morpeth stay in that same position, but Whitby are in real threat now if they slip up against Cleethorpes. Charles of launching the ball forward. I think as much as we like Whitby, I think that's the reason why we would like them to be relegated with us back into the NPL East. It's a hell of a away day. As Eagleton heads away, Louis Ward being held quite a bit there, and we will get a free kick for it. West Ham United have taken the lead against Everton in that Premier League relegation battle, as it does look more and more likely Tottenham's going to be a championship team. It would be good to see if your team got promoted to the Premier League and you couldn't go to the best stadium in the country. As Townsend will have this free kick on the halfway line. Ball clipped into the box, headed sideways here to the edge of the area. O'Connor will flick it to Luke, and this should be Kelly. Rawson is going to try and stand in the way, but Kelly will claim it. Prescott Cables are now 2-0 up on Bamber Bridge. Jack Goodwin was scored. So if we can make ourselves feel better as Stocks fans, it seems unlikely that we'd have managed to save ourselves today anyway. As ball ricochets back to Townsend. Sending the ball long here. Goes down and cleared away from Gross Ross. Stocksbridge do get it back, looking for Rawson, but knocked away from him. Ball currently with Moonen. He's trying to get the ball away. He does eventually against Yorson, who can only get it on the chest. Keeps it in well. He followed though, and been forced well back. Almost back into his own box, as it will have to go back to the keeper, Kelly, who gets the ball away. And Ward got a bit of a deflection, but it still goes in the end to Kane. Falls back, ball clipped forward. They're kind of trying to win it. Nice touch there, but then well in from Charles to get that away. Headed backwards by Oliver. It will go back to the goalkeeper. So back here on the right hand side. As ball currently with Yorson. Ball forward, and then Valera will clear it. And Stockbridge just growing a bit more back into this one in the last couple of minutes. As Eagleton has won that header and he's trying to win the ball in midfield now. Eventually he does get the ball away. Marshall trying to cause a problem. Well blocked off though, to make sure that Oliver had no problems. But that's a poor ball from Oliver. Louis Ward has just gobbled that one up in midfield. Gets the ball out wide here to Dunn. Dunn cutting in the inside, laying the pass off of Morris. Morris with a touch back to Ward, who clips onto the left. Tinker brings it down, needs the ball into the box. In the middle here to Morris, who tries to loop out to the right to Charlesworth. Back to Morris, who clips the ball into the box, headed up into the air. He's still in there, headed in the middle. Morris gets something on it, and And Rawson, gets something on him. It is cleared away in the end. And then trying to win the ball off Yorson. He's evaded a walk tackle, and here comes the counter. Nathan Kane trying to get through to Bamira. There was a foul there on Yorson. Just so he can get it in. So will be a free kick for Lancaster inside their own half. Will be taken here by Christian Sloan. That's the attendance being announced of 1,187. They're only here to see the Stocksbridge, is what we're going to claim. Sloan, who will hit the diagonal to the far side. Tinkers his head is only sideways, might end up helping Lancaster out. Pulls into the box, falls to Kane. Kane trying to get it clean down. Stockbridge got a foot onto it. Lancaster still having the box shot is blocked. It's going to ricochet out, and Bailey's going to put the cross in. It's a good looking cross, well headed away by Charlesworth. And it's still here, edge of the area, hit again by Bjork, and it deflected, and it appeals for an offside, not given as Townsend makes a save. He's down injured, he's hurt his leg doing that, and the game will be stopped.
I think the goalkeeper's taken that square in the face from Simon Brown, Mr. Townsend.
He's still hurt down there, Townsend. He got injured in the build for that save. Lancaster fans are regaling Townsend with a very friendly chant. I think they call him "you soft fellow." Is the word that we'll use on the radio. 56 minutes gone in this game, still 1-0 to Lancaster. Liv Phillips, physio, giving some treatment. Townsend. There is no reserve goalkeeper on the bench for Stocksbridge. The only thing is looking at who could potentially fill in if this would be the end of Townsend's day and season. Might end up being the manager Jordan Lemon, who's always had volunteered beforehand. Bury have taken doubled their lead against Atherton Collieries. Oscar Felco scored. They will be getting promoted to the NPL Premier Division. So Townsend still continuing to get treatment on his knee. Must have just jarred it as he was trying to get that ball away and make the save. So continuing as there is a break. Everyone's had their drinks with this. Concerningly long here for Ben Townsend. We do hope he would be able to continue.
I think he has taken it square to the face. That seems to be where he's being damaged by the...
Emily winning 3-0 against Oriel Nuclear Cliff. Their place in the playoffs already secure. And Ben Townsend will now take the drop ball. So back here with Ben Townsend for the free kick. Well, it's going to be a free kick, which is a bit of a surprise. And he will now launch that ball forward, trying to get it out here. And Rawson tries to head it on, and will then be Lundo by Lancaster. Bobby Bjork, the man winning it. Clear forward, looking for Yorson. Bamira's going to deal him. Well headed away. Go back to Nathan Kane. It falls. Bank it goes to Moonen. Back now to Grand, over the side to Thompson. Good first time touch, finds Nathan Kane. Touch just goes behind him. That allows Charles to nip in and win the ball back. Eagleton on it now. Now Louis Ward. Out it goes to Marshall. Forward, it's a poor pass from Marshall. Easily gobbled by Toby Oliver. All out to the right. It's a good looking ball here, but Bamira then just does well sweeping that away, and we'll go out for a throw in. It's one of these where we are continuing to just look at other scores constantly at the moment. Avro have gone 9-0 up on Darlaston. And Blythe Spartans have equalised against Bishop Auckland, a huge goal in the NPL East relegation battle. We believe that will drop Bishop Auckland back into the bottom 4.
Turn his attention to the shed
Oh.
and put his arms up in the air and shake his head. He was getting called
So, yeah, Bishop Auckland now drop back into the bottom 4, saving Ossett United's skin at the moment.
I don't think it's going to be a pleasant afternoon for Ben Townsend in front of Ben Marshall stand. Sam Bailey winds up
All
along the front,
launched
high in the air.
forward.
Flicked
Takes
on
a
by
bounce
Grant.
here. Bamira trying to get it. He's not done it. It's clearance here. And then Kane jumps over. There's appeals for a penalty, not given.
Not going to give it. The final
Kane went
contact,
down.
There's enough contact in there for me.
Didn't have much contact in my opinion, that, but no penalty given either way. Ball launched forward. Rawson's going to try and get onto it. Chest it down, done then. Nothing, just didn't expect it that close to him. Touch was too heavy, and now Lancaster will get the ball back. 16 minutes gone. So it looks like Stockbridge are going to make some substitutes here. Looks like Thomas Poole is one of the people that's going to come on. I think Luca Cancello might be the other man coming on.
Been like this all season, like matched up with teams that we're just missing.
So James Morris is one of the people heading off.
I mean, the only time we've probably turned over was when he's came to our place.
And Tommy Marshall also heading off. As Thomas Poole and Luca Cancello come in.
But yeah, we've been even recently, a couple of weeks ago, and just a couple of injuries. We lost our manager to the season, 4 players left. That was a big factor. Even since then, we've been like,
Stockbridge got the ball in the box, but then knocked away. Will be a throw in very close to the corner flag.
yeah, like Lancaster has been as good as anyone who's seen a bracket war this season at Stocksbridge. Really.
So will be a long throw from Jack Tinker.
Oh right, yeah.
Launch the ball in the middle. Headed away though, out by Grant. It will be a corner kick for the Steels.
About 2 weeks ago, Warrington, they sealed the playoff place that day, and the players looked like they were on the beach that day. To be honest, I think it was just a matter of time.
So Steels are looking here to get a good corner in.
Like fixtures are just falling differently. It could have been.
Loop ball towards the far post. Kelly can only punch that. Falls here to Ward. He doesn't get it on the chest like he wanted to. He still does keep the ball, but he's forced further out. A shooting opportunity had he got that touch right. Tries to get one to the right. It is clear away. Ward's trying to be the first one onto it. He managed to get a deflect one off Yorson, but then it will be Bjork will get it away. Now Yorson. Yorson now dribbling it out. Now laying it off into the middle to Kane. And then Kane just getting out muscled a bit there. Back to Bjork. And then he switches behind the man and they'll slow it down. But they do keep the ball, Lancaster still. Into the midfield now with Amison. 1-2 with Bjork. Bjork trying to slip through, tackle block, and then Cancello clips it ball forward. No Stockbridge player in the area. Will be back easy enough for Kelly. Well, there is another goal in that relegation battle in the NPL East, as Yorson is contesting it here. I thought actually that it's offside is given, and I think Eagledon is a very lucky man for it because he did contact his hand in the box, but the offside flag went up first. So Paul Eagledon probably owes the linesman a pint.
Potentially handballed it there. Number 6.
So back with Townsend now for the free kick.
No, I don't.
Launches the ball forward. Eagledon. Townsend does. The ball goes back. Eagledon will head it back away. Also Bjork, who will continue to dribble it out on the right hand side. Back it will go. Too slow. Lancaster just having a bit more of the ball in the last 5 minutes. Down onto the right wing. looking for the ball in. Nice ball into the middle. Cleared away by Bumira. Back into Bailey. Over back to Oliver. Out to left. So, and the ball clips forward. It looks like it should go out of play. Well, it will actually. No, what did do, but I think a free kick's been given for an earlier foul. Again, Stocksbridge, so Lancaster will have a chance to get the ball into the box. So, before we take that free kick, Ossett United are now 2-0 down. They are even with Blythe Spartans, but ahead on goal difference. We'll see what goal difference it needs, that. Because that might matter. And Bradford Park Avenue will confirm their place in the playoffs. So the free kick's been taken short. Bailey urged to shoot, but instead he slips the ball to the right. Lancaster have a big chance here. They're trying to get the shot put into the middle. Kane's have his shot blocked. It ricochets. Corner kick. Well, the goal difference won't matter to Ossett United Blythe Spartans. It's an 18-goal swing it would need, and they aren't Darlston. So Blythe Town will need a result to stay up. So will Bishop Auckland, which we did have for a while. Hit corner's going to be a routine. Goes out to the box. Sloan clips the ball towards the far post, and then Grand, who is strong in the air, can't get his header on target.
So it's probably just Darius reach. I think Joe Emerson's looking had a shout.
Ball back with Townsend. Launching at the ball forward. Rawson brings it down to Dunn. Dunn out to Poole. Then back to O'Connor, who tries to put the ball in block. Throwing for Stocksbridge. Back now, Charles have to take this throw. Can the Steels get an equaliser? Looking for a chance to get the ball into the box, and they will have it from the throw. Long throw from Charles into the box here, headed sideways, and Poole bringing it down. He just can't get it down for the chop before the tackle came in from Amison. Out wide to Bailey now on that right hand side, who will launch the ball away, and Lancaster will survive that attack. Eagledon wins the header, and then well in from O'Connor gets back to Bumiro. Passport got blocked, but he will get the second at it, and he appeals for a handball or not given. Carrying it away, Bumiro very, very comfortable on the ball on that occasion. The ball goes forward. Luke Rawson just trying to win the physical battle, but can't do so. Back in the Lancaster defence. The ball goes away here into the left. Defending, almost caught out there. But Concrete almost in it back. Now they're almost in it back. I think there might have been a foul. And you also well, there is a foul there. They took on. Not happy about that. So free kick. Oxford United now 3-0 against Sheffield Wednesday. It's the former Al Will Volks who scored. This Wednesday's final away day of the season is not going particularly well. Back with Brad Keller. 67 minutes gone in this game. I think Lancaster fans just watching nervously at the Rylands result, waiting to see if they could get good news. It's the last day of the season. You do look at your phone sometimes more than you do the actual game, because when you're relying on someone else. As the ball goes forward, headed away by Tinker. We'll go for throwing. Lancaster are doing what they need to do here at the moment. Obviously, would like an extra goal to ease the nerves, but something preventing that so far. While having a few moments themselves, they do have a long throw attempt here, though, with Sam Bailey. Here it goes. It's going to be a short throw to the edge of the area. Bounce for Eagledon's able to clear it away. Here comes looped into the box, and Charlesworth will header. Falls to Kane in the box. Kane shoots. It's 2-0. Lancaster have doubled their lead. It's Nathan Kane, the goal scorer. You've got to think that it could be the game over and the season over for the Seals. And Nathan Kane, the man with the goal. His first of the season. And the Steels are 2-0 down here. And it's very unlikely to get a result here. And now Lancaster eyes are truly all on Rylands.
I think he's sponsored by.
So ball around back
I
here.
know he's got one. Sponsored by Promenade Music for all your cello business.
Lancaster just taking their time getting back in as Stocksbridge would like to get this game back underway.
It's over to you, 40 Lane.
Come on, Renault.
There's going to be a change.
Matthew Clark's about to come on here for Sam Bailey.
Biscuits is on the pitch.
Forward and Rawson will try to head it into middle, headers back away. And trying to contest well one here by Tinker. Tinker trying to go on, and then there's a very physical attack, which I was very surprised wasn't a free kick. As England heads that away, Rawson trying to contest, head it forward, and will be out for a Lancaster throw-in.
You do have to wonder what Tom Charles is doing, because the defective header across goal.
The Seals, in what has been a tale of the season, have had the chance, have played well, but not taken them. FC United having a nightmare of a day. They're now 3-1 down at Elkiston. It doesn't really mean much, but God, it's not the momentum you want going into the playoffs.
They haven't.
Well, we have just had a score update that Warrington Rylands have equalised against Stockton Town. And Lancaster City are currently going into the playoffs as results stand.
Oh my God.
So it's all going Lancaster's way right now. We will wait for confirmation from the NPL. We've got that off flash scores at the moment, which I will say has been unreliable in the past. So we do want to. I will wait for NPL double confirmation.
Yeah, they have. Samuel Moyengwa.
Well done, Samuel.
So yes, Samuel Kanashe Muyengwa has scored for Warrington Rylands. They're going to be chanting that name on the streets of Lancaster if that stands. As Louis Ward's on the ball for Stocksbridge. Bumira sideways here to Townsend, who will launch that ball up. Charlesworth will head it away. Anyway, headed away, sorry, by Thompson.
Just got themselves the freedom of Lancaster.
Lancaster will currently be having an away trip to Hensford, as results stand.
I'll take it. The change is on the cards.
And Nathan Kane will now be heading off to be replaced by Jim Craig.
Well done, Nathan!
Kane, who doubled the lead here. The Stocksbridge who having come from 2 down since the opening day of last season. Probably deny them the result. Well, Blythe Town's attempts to stay up have just been hurt. They are being reduced to 10 men. Joseph Richardson and being sent off. Charlesworth will have the throw-in. In the middle, 2 Ward trying to turn. Well won in though by Jim Craig though, and trying to get the counter out, trying to get to Yorson. What a lovely touch from Yorson with the back of his heel onto the right wing. Now trying to get it back, but Tinker gets his foot in a tackle, and Tinker now will come away with the ball. It's good work from Jack Tinker. Slips though, and now there's a tag, and Jack Tinker is out of position. Lancaster could make it free here. Ball in the middle, and well, he spilled that out for a corner kick. Fielder was appealing for a free kick for a foul on Tinker.
I wanted to finish after today, Dave. I am. Watch me. Watch me.
Please don't.
Watch me.
And there'll be a corner kick.
City have themselves a corner.
Oh my.
Dylan Thompson, we know what Dylan Thompson can do.
74 minutes gone. A corner kick from Lancaster.
He
The Steels,
scored, didn't he, against Gainsborough?
the
Giving us an own
Steels
goal.
trying to defend the set piece.
Dylan Thompson with it. It's going to be an in-swinging ball. There's melee inside the penalty area.
Here comes the corner, looking for the far post, and came off Dunlap, the back of Dunn, and will be a goal kick for to come off Dunlap, but certainly. But
if anyone is listening in the shed end, if it stays like this, please stay in the shed end.
No one's listening.
well, Sheffield Wednesday did get one back against Oxford United. The 16-year-old Will Granger had scored, but then Oxford then restored the free goal advantage through Miles Hurt Harris.
Deep down, I know GSO is smiling beans.
Right.
Something that's not, we haven't got the goal kick, but there is currently a stoppage. Well, there is some news. Some good news here is that Lewis Brown is about to make his semi-professional debut for Stocksbridge Park Steels. One of our top reserves over the last few years, lifted the trophy, the Sheffield Saturday Cup last season for Stocksbridge. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do so last week either. There 3 years in a row. Being a great player, come through the ranks at the Steels and now makes his semi-professional debut.
I'm sure it's not quite the circumstances we would have liked, but making your debut, I assume it's his hometown club. Fair play to him. And I don't think this is quite embarrassing. I also just know he's stuck with our
So Lewis Brown now on the pitch. I think Stocksbridge are struggling with the sun at the moment, as Eildon wasn't able to be as proactive, and now it's attacking with his Bjork. His first cross is blocked. Now here comes a loop ball to the far side, headed into the middle. Great save, Townsend! And then Parnway now. It's going to be Poole. Poole signs out, stops it away, but it will go to Tinker.
Very well. If anything, too well.
Curry forward here. Slipped it forward here. And then it will be lost in the midfield now as it's onto the right hand side, and Lancaster can move forward here through Craig. Got a great chance, well saved, but then well in from Lewis Brown, who makes his first touches as a Stocksbridge semi-professional, but then the pass forward is intercepted.
Just being dramatic, Nathan.
Didn't even see who came off for Lewis Brown, to be honest, as the pass there will net from Lancaster goes out for a goal kick.
15 minutes left.
Lewis Brown, who came on for Romario Dunn.
Stocksbridge Park Steels 1.
I told Amy on
Warrington Rovers 1.
Thursday. Wednesday.
Ball launched forward here. And we'll go back and be chased here by Rawson. And then he gets a block and it's clear where we'll go out for a goal kick. Hensford have got a goal back against Ashton United. We'll get you the goal scoring.
Oh, wow.
Joe Doyle Charles, the scorer. Avro 12-0 upon Darlaston. Yes.
We want 20. We want 20.
I think it's fair to say Darlaston are going to resign from.
At this point, just get 4 players sent off and you only get a 3-0 loss.
I know, yeah. Oh, to be fair, I think Kids drove trial against Avro.
The ball goes forward and it's in the middle of the park.
The score stayed at 6.
Launch forward and out to the right, and it will go out for a Lancaster throw-in the end. Just notice former Steel Curtis Turner has scored for Emily. 5-0 up. Former Steel's captain who left in January. Bridlington also there's some mad scorelines happening. Bridlington are 6-0 up on Brighouse, and Ashington are 6-3 against Lincoln United. As Brown hacks that one forward, headed on by Poole. It'll go back into Phil Brown, who gets out to the left. Tinker out in the middle. Cancello's been met with a challenge. Back to Tinker, who will launch it forward, looking for Rawson, who heads it out to the left here. Stocksbridge trying to get it on, but will go out for a throw-in.
They have, yeah, you're right. They have, they've made it difficult. They've played their part really well.
So, Ossick have got one back against Bradford Park Avenue and a penalty from Benjamin Tweed.
Find somewhere else. Look, I'm going to be in that stupid away end.
Headed away.
Bloody gap.
Cleared away and by Lancaster. Yorson's trying to get a touch on it. Charles will head it back.
Well, I'll still be at games. I can still
All
give
fudge,
it shit.
headed away. Poole is trying to get to this, but well won by Dylan Thompson, who gets it away. Yorson bringing it down on the chest. Going sideways here to Bjork. And over to the right. Sam Bailey will have this.
I don't want your coat,
Touch into the
especially in
middle.
April.
And back into defence. Lancaster are happy to keep ball at the moment, as they are on the way to the playoffs as results stand.
Drive forward. You will excuse the.
Out forward in the middle to Yorson.
I'm very nervous.
Back in defence it will go now to
All I'm
Brand.
doing is looking at
Too
the
slow.
NPL live website, and it's not updating like I want.
Slide, and
It's not showing me. It's not doing what I want.
Lancaster still holding on to the ball. Avro are now 13-0 up on Darlaston. It's unlucky for some, that number. Ball forward, and Stocksbridge reached up, almost in the ball back, and actually could go forward here now. It's a nice little touch from Cancello, and then it's just ricocheted out here for Louis Ward. Now out it goes here to Poole. Poole, good touch from Poole. Out the right to Charlesworth. Can the just pleats the ball in, headed away. We're back to Thomas Poole, who puts the cross in. It's a poor one, it's laid away. Brown is looking to win it. Physical from Lewis Brown. And it's a 50-50 one, and a counter-attack will begin. Laid off here by Bjork onto the right wing, clipped over to Yorson, and it's over here, and it will go out for a throw-in.
Matty Clark has scored a goal from that position. He's also into it, pick the ball up and draw.
So wait to Whitby Town are just needed to hold on for 10 minutes to stay in. Gainsborough have just got one back against Hyde. Javel Clark, the scorer. I don't think that one's going to affect what happens here too much still.
Who scored?
And Hallam have gone 1-0 upon Heaton Stannington. Leon Salmon Howarth, the scorer. Ball goes away, will we have for a Stockbridge throw-in. A lot of nervous faces around here in Lancaster now as they look up elsewhere. Oh, Charles with the long throw. Can the Steels force a grandstand finish here and really make Lancaster sweat? Going into Poole. Back to Charlesworth. A foot forward to Rawson. Back to Charlesworth again. Loops it over to the right here, looking for O'Connor, who brings it down on the chest. Back to Poole, who takes a touch, puts the ball into the middle, headed away in the edge of the area, 6-yard area. Ward's won the ball well in the middle, but then cleared it away by Sloan. Townsend will volley it right back here. Let's shoot, but then poor touch here. Ward will contest, headed forward, and Brown went in for it. And be back to Bumira, but I think Brown was too physical. That was what we call a Sheffield and Hallamshire tackle. That's applauded down at that level where he's been playing at. It is the 79th minute over in Stockton. Sheffield United were 3-0 down and now they're 3-2. Patrick Bamford, the latest goal scorer.
Defend the free goal lead, like, you know what I mean?
And FC United have just got one back against Ilkeston, 3-2 there. Gerald Sitole. As the ball just falls to Craig here, and then they are appealing for a penalty for a push on Bumera, but it's not physical enough yet. Townsend launching the ball forward, headed away. Poole will get it forward, and just ricochets up into the air. Coachella didn't contest that, which was frustrating me, but O'Connor then just heads it to Coachella. Back to Brown. Well, I presume there is a Warrington Rylands goal here, because I've just heard the way that the shed end are going. We are waiting. Kevin Hayes has scored for Stockton. No pressure for Kevin Hayes. It sounds like Stockton have scored.
Is it Kevin Hayes on goal, perhaps?
I believe Stockton Town have scored. We're waiting for confirmation. They're going mad. I don't know why, the shed end, but it sounds like it's bad news.
I think realised that it's just dropped that Kevin Hayes doesn't play for Warrington Rylands.
Yeah.
Kevin, we will get confirmation. Yes, Stockton Town have taken the lead against Warrington Rylands. A Kevin Hayes penalty.
Everyone thinks it's the other way around.
Right, we believe the shed end got confused.
Stockton Town 2, leapfrogging us again.
And Stocksbridge actually have in the midst of that, Stocksbridge have got a free kick on the edge of the area. Because, you know, the game we're actually commentating on. It does still go on.
but that's Stockton are winning now.
So the Steelers have a chance to get one back here. Yeah, confirmation from the NPL website. Kevin Hayes has scored a penalty for Stockton Town.
You are not my friend.
Stocksbridge free kick.
Poor free kick. This is flicked on actually. Could end up doing something. Pulls just run it back here. And then a little back heel here. Ball into the middle, dribbles, and then it's cleared away by Oliver. Throwing.
This is going to be a stressful 7 minutes.
So now
Really quiet. It's gone really quiet.
Lancaster fans now continue to watch to hope that Warrington Rylands score. Oh, cleared away. The Shed End may be watching their phones as Bamira puts this ball in, headed away, brought down by Poole. Poole turns, falls out here, outside looking for Charles. If Charles just needs to get the ball in, getting blocked, thinking of Charles off loops it, far post, Rawson headed just over!
That's going to go over the bar, and that is a very big miss.
Rawson just could not get his head over it, and it tips us over. Charles has done a good job to keep the ball in and get the cross in, but Rawson can't get the header.
Maybe, but it's not like him, is it?
There's still a bit of time.
Just all waiting now.
You missed it. Right, so I'll stop
So the ball is back with Kelly. If you're in neutral, this must be quite an exciting final day. There's been a lot of swapping of positions so far. And basically all eyes are right now as Lawson brush breaks into the box. Tinker will bring the ball away and clear it out. Brought down well here by Kitchello. Forced backwards though. Into the middle. Back to Bumira. Switches it out to Charlesworth, who brings down the touch. Moving on the inside. To the switch and to Tinker, who will come forward now. Good charge by Tinker this. Out to the left here to Cancello. Moving it on to his right, trying to get the ball blocked. And it will just, well, take a few awkward bounces. Lancaster pitch seems to favour it staying in with those sort of bounces, and Cancello's pass just lets him down and it is cleared away. Brought down here by Iggulden in defence. Stocksbridge will keep the pressure on. Out to Charlesworth. And carries it over the halfway line. Back into Benton out to Charlesworth, who stood on the ball for a second. He still has it. Back to Iggulden, who will get the pass out to Poole. Back to Charlesworth. Forward to O'Connor. Flicks on. Look, Poole. Good touch, keeps it in, and then eventually that bounce ball was clipped by Thompson, and then it's not a great clearance. He just lumps it out for a throw in.
I have a feeling there's going to be a couple of Stockton fans listening to this.
Bishop Auckland with 3-1 down at Blythe Spartans, but now it's 3-2. Liam Potter has scored. So ball back out to Tinker, to Charlesworth, sorry. And he's just going to lose that battle with Moonan, who keeps it in his own flag. Tries to get it out, only to O'Connor. In the middle to Poole, chance for a cross, and it's blocked in the end, and it looks out. O'Connor will chase it and get the ball back. Back to Brown, who puts the ball in first time, looking for Rawson. Rawson can't get his head right on it, and he gave away a free kick anyway for a push in the back.
Because they must have thought he was going to go for one.
So, but we're going to go and check on Worsborough Bridge now to see how they're doing. So Worsborough Bridge, who are in the NCL playoff final today, Division 1, they are leading 2-0 against Wakefield at the moment. So they will be getting promoted to the NCL Premier Division, which is great news for a local club where we've had some good links over the years, especially with Chris Hilton managing both of our sides. It'll be fantastic news for Worsborough. Probably the best news out of South Yorkshire sport this year, because it's not really been a great year for any of us, to be honest. Compared to last year, where every non-league playoff from step 3 downwards that had a team from Sheffield and Hallamshire in it was won from a Sheffield and Hallamshire team. Worksop Town, Stocksbridge Park Steels, Hallam, and Wombwell Town. ball's currently with Lancaster attacking, and he just slipped down the right. Eagledon trying to get a foot in, will trickle out. It will be a corner kick for Lancaster.
We can keep scoring all we like.
So right now we've got we're about to head into added time here at the Giant Axe, and we've got 4 minutes to go in that Rylands game for anyone who's interested in that one. I don't think anyone here is. It's a corner kick here. I feel conflict.
It's only part you were going to see today.
There we go. Here comes the corner into the far post. Eagledon will head it away. Goes to the edge of the area. Collected here by Slow. He squares it. Over here to Bjork. Goes sideways here to Yorson, who's always dangerous, but well in from Eagledon there. Goes back to Sloan. And then he's both blocked by Eagledon. It'll loop here to the left-hand side. It's a very slow pitch for the ball, I've noticed. As Oliver just gets it sideways. Now not forward onto the left wing. Triple D, good work here by Craig, who gets down the left-hand side. And Rawson, trying to play defender, tries to stop him. Out here to Bjork. Bjork here trying to curl it, and it's high and wide from the ABBA-sounding attacker.
He's done well to get space to get a shot away.
So, back here, and it will be a goal kick. I think Lancaster are going to make a substitute here.
It's going to be Christian Sloan who is going to receive that.
Christian Sloan heads off. North of Town, by the way, have gone 2-0 up against Warrington Town. Sloan heads off to a standing ovation from the fans here.
9 goals for the Dolly Blues. Christian Sloan for the final defense game.
As Pat Allington makes his way on.
A good friend of his, Pat Allington.
For Sloan, Pat Allington, who sounds a bit like a 70s footballer with that name, Pat Allington.
Well, no Charlie Bailey, no Sam Bailey.
Townsend launching the ball forward. Rawson might get onto this. He gets the first touch, but then he's headed away to Grand, who clearance almost was blocked. Oh, and he ended up going out for a throw in to Stocksbridge.
Christian Sloan, you may have not scored on your final appearance.
Honestly,
I'm
on the right hand side.
If I had the choice, we're into the 90s.
Out to Charles Tuchel, who pass ends up going out to play. A scream of annoyance from him there. Look, but Anthony Nomad's are leading 1-0. They will head into step 3, it seems. We don't know what division they'll be put into.
They are into the 88th minute.
And Bury will look like they will be in the NPL Premier Division. I believe about 9,000 in Brickgig Lane today. As Gran launches the ball forward. Back it goes, Tinker trying to get the ball away, but then not will be covered hopefully by Eagledon, who gets the first touch and he'll just launch that away. We'll go out for a Lancaster throw-in. We are into added time here. 3 minutes of added time have elapsed. That kid's coming apparently somewhere. So as Lancaster look to attack, and it will go out eventually for a Stocksbridge throw-in after some good defending. By the way, Bridlington are 7-0 up on Brighouse now. As the ball launched forward, it is just as this waiting game will continue. But because let's be honest, if you look around, I'd say 80% of the Lancaster City fans are looking at a mobile in their hand, just constantly refreshing the NPL Live website. Stocksbridge have the place in a good position here. The cross is blocked, and it will be a corner kick.
Lancaster City's man of the match today, chosen
kick here from Alex O'Connor to take. Can the Steels end the season with a goal? Here it comes the cross. Into the middle it goes, headed away well. Chase to go on to. O'Connor will be the first. He'll send it back to Bumira. Gets it caught under his foot. Here out to Townsend, who takes the touch. He will launch the ball into the box. Headed on into the box, almost got to Rawson. It's looped up into the air. Rawson tries to get onto it. Back to Ward, who tries to get it forward. Headed away again. Charlesworth will be the first man onto this. He gets it down. He's being followed though, and because Charlesworth wants a space for a cross, he will put the cross in. Goes into the middle of the area, knocked away. Collected here by Cancello. Cancello will turn. Lays pass off here for Tinker. Poor touch. Tackle. Lancaster will defend this. But Stocksbridge have it back. Lord. To Poole. Poole out to the right to Charlesworth. Can he put the cross in? Takes the touch. Puts the cross into the middle. Diving header. Will defend it. Corner kick. Bridlington now 8-0 upon Brighouse. Very good result for them to end the season with. It will be Alex O'Connor now to take the corner. Here comes the corner, headed away to the edge of the area. Cancello will be the first onto it. Just needs another ball back in as he has to give it back to Bumira. Now Bumira will get it back to Townsend, who will likely try and get the ball into the box. Left foot the ball in, looking for Iggulden. Iggulden chests it down. Back here to Cancello on the edge of the area. He's going to take the shot, dribble, and it's blocked here. It looked quite good for a second, but it will be defended, and now it's cleared away. It's full time here. The Steel have lost the final game of the season. We will not end with a win. It's a year done now. Stocksbridge will not obviously be happy with the relegation. We gave it our all though in every game. It's just not to be this year for us. We knew that going into today. But now we're going to be here basically just waiting for Rylands.
Ryland's goal. Ryland's goal would do.
There's everyone in.
This is going round to the line.
So we are waiting now just to hear from. Right. Hebburn Town have just been confirmed as champions of the NPL Premier Division. So Hebburn Town, brilliant for them. Only 2 years in this division. We are waiting to see. We're also waiting to see who the relegations will be in this division. Because if actually we have confirmations of relegations. Morpeth Town and Prescott Cables have been relegated. Whitby have survived just about on the final day. We are waiting for the Stockton Town Rylands. Obviously, we don't have a Rylands Twitter account that do live updates, so we are relying on Stockton Town, who Liverpool have got extended their lead to win it 3-1 against Crystal Palace. Floyd inverts. So
80th minute.
So like still.
Dare leave the pitch. They are still.
It is one of those where we are waiting to hear what's happening elsewhere.
They're still playing. Yeah.
So Warrington Rylands, who are already in the playoffs and could end up facing Stockton again, or if they concede, face Lancaster again. As they score. Hensford have equalised in the last minute. It means nothing. George Williams the score. 3-3 there.
Kelvin Davies will probably not want to resume his pre-season.
So we are just waiting here. Here we are. We will stay with you until the result is confirmed. The Stocksbridge players are having a final huddle on the pitch to commiserate the season that has gone.
All credit to Stocksbridge fans. Someone has a phone in the city. Huddle.
Every hand is either on a phone or listening to someone who's next to a phone, or have come close to us who are here. As everyone is now a Rylands fan, I think, in this stadium.
Yeah.
Come on. I will never love New Reynolds more in my life.
So we are just waiting here.
Why are they clapping?
Slowly, I think. No, they are still playing at Gorsie.
Game is still ongoing as we currently believe. We are waiting to hear from it.
Single point
Oh, they had a chance in the 92nd minute. Oh, it knocks me sick.
Yeah, so basically, it's a case of refreshing everything. It is in the 95th minute at Rylands. It is the last thing to be decided in this division.
Receiving his more than deserved plaudits.
So still, it's gone into the 96th minute now at Rylands.
As far as City are concerned,
Where's Stocksbridge at?
Is that recent? Sheffield. Relatively recent.
So you're still waiting to hear the final result there. As it's still the games tick on, and the refreshing of phones and the amount of mobile internet probably being used at the moment.
In the 97th minute.
One of those. It's still got players are still on the pitch. Stocksbridge players have just gone thanking our fans for their efforts in travelling. We want to thank our fans as well. Everyone of you listening who've listened to us throughout the year. Kevin Hayes has hit the crossbar at Stockton. That's a Stockton player. They could have extended their lead.
They're in the playoffs. It does not matter to them. It only matters to us and for Stockton if they score. Rylands at 4th. They will play FC United at Broadhurst Park.
It is full time at Warrington Rylands. Stockton Town have won and denied Lancaster City a place in the playoffs. So it's sad news here for the Lancaster who did everything they could today.
Given everything in the run, we have hit form at the right time. It's going to be
So it will be full time here. Both our seasons will end here today.
We have fallen short.
We will see you all again next season in the Northern Premier League East. Thank you very much to everyone who's listened here. It may not have been the season we wanted, but we are Stocksbridge Park Steels and we will go again. See you next time.